Some people don't give up loudly. They don't announce it. They don't talk about it. They just get a little quieter, a little more tired, and a little less hopeful than they used to be. If that sounds familiar, this message is for you. Because most people think giving up looks obvious, like quitting, like walking away, like a big decision made in one moment. But for a lot of people, it doesn't happen like that. Most people keep going. They still show up. They still reply to messages. They still do what needs to be done. They just stop expecting anything to get better. And it's subtle. It's quiet. It can even look normal from the outside. But inside, something changes. They stop talking about the future, not because they don't have dreams, but because talking about them starts to feel painful. They tell themselves they're being realistic, that they're just mature now, that they've accepted life. But there's a difference between being realistic and slowly losing hope. Hope doesn't always leave in one dramatic moment. Sometimes it just gets worn down. And what makes this heavy is that you've actually been trying. You've been doing the work. You've been adjusting. You've been pushing through days that didn't feel easy. You've been carrying things people don't see, responsibilities, pressure, expectations, silent worries that follow you even when you're resting. And still, it can feel like you're not moving. That gap between effort and progress is where quiet discouragement grows. Because after a while, your mind starts asking questions like, what's the point? Why does it feel like I'm always starting over? Why am I doing so much and still feeling stuck? And you don't say these things out loud because you're not trying to be negative. You're not trying to complain. You're just tired. There's a moment many people recognize. You wake up one day, not exhausted, just heavy. You do what you're supposed to do. You move through the day. You take care of what you can. You even smile when you need to. But somewhere in the background, there's this quiet feeling, I'm doing a lot, but I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere. And that's the part that scares people, because they don't know what to call it. It's not laziness, it's not weakness, it's not that you don't want it badly enough. It's something else. Sometimes it's emotional overload. Sometimes it's disappointment stacking up quietly. Sometimes it's living in survival mode for too long. And when a person has been strong for a long time, they don't always break. They just start to go numb. They start to protect themselves from feeling too much, because feeling too much hurts. And this is where people misunderstand you. They think you're fine because you're still functioning, you're still moving, still handling things. But functioning isn't the same as feeling alive, and surviving isn't the same as being okay. If you've been living like that, quietly pushing, quietly carrying, quietly enduring, then it makes sense that you'd start feeling like giving up. Not loudly, not dramatically, just quietly. And I want you to hear this clearly. The fact that you're still here, still listening, still trying to understand what's happening inside you, that already says something about you. It means the part of you that wants better is not gone. It's just tired. So before we talk about solutions, before we talk about what to do next, let's start here. You're not broken for feeling this way. You're not behind for feeling this way. You're human. And there is a way back to yourself. What most people don't realize is that feeling like giving up quietly doesn't mean you've lost your strength. It usually means you've been using it non-stop. Strength isn't just about pushing forward. It's also about how much you've been holding inside. Unspoken worries, unmet expectations, the pressure to keep going even when you don't feel supported. When life keeps asking more from you without giving you space to recover, even the strongest people start to feel worn down. Not because they can't handle life, but because they've been handling everything alone. There's a quiet misunderstanding around this. People assume that if you're still functioning, you must be fine. But functioning is often just survival, and survival mode isn't meant to last forever. Living that way slowly disconnects you from your energy, your joy, and your sense of direction. That's why motivation starts to feel strange. Not gone, just distant. You don't wake up excited anymore. You don't feel pulled toward the future. You just do what needs to be done. And that can be scary, because you start wondering if something inside you is fading. But here's the truth most people never hear. Nothing inside you is broken. What you're experiencing is what happens when effort isn't balanced with care. When responsibility outweighs rest, when expectation outweighs encouragement, when you keep showing up without being replenished. And this is where things can begin to change, not through force, not through pressure, not through telling yourself to be stronger, but through permission. Permission to pause without labeling it as failure. Permission to slow down without believing you're falling behind. Permission to feel unsure without assuming something is wrong with you. Sometimes the most healing thing you can do is stop demanding answers from yourself and start offering understanding instead. You don't need to figure out your entire future today. You don't need to suddenly feel confident or inspired. You don't need a dramatic breakthrough to be moving forward. Forward movement can look quiet. It can look like choosing rest instead of self-criticism. It can look like taking one small step instead of forcing a big one. It can look like being honest with yourself about what you can carry right now. Progress doesn't disappear just because it slows down. It doesn't vanish because you needed time to breathe. Some of the most meaningful growth happens beneath the surface when nobody is watching. So if you've been feeling quietly tired, quietly discouraged, quietly unsure, that doesn't mean you're done. It means you've been trying, and trying matters. It means there's still something inside you that wants things to be better. And that part of you deserves patience, not punishment. If you needed to hear this today, I'm glad you stayed. You don't have to have everything figured out right now. You're allowed to move at your own pace. This is Deep Continuum, and you're not alone here.